He had a job in the unseen world, and from this source everything else was derived. It is a house of wax, and in the evening, after the moon, everything else is like a shining pearl. The name of the planet Venus is based on the name of the Roman goddess Venus, who is the goddess of love and beauty. The planet Venus appears to rotate in the opposite direction to most other planets for reasons that are not fully understood. For this reason in history, this planet is considered special but 22 yards. In the 20th century, its mysteries were solved due to the development of space science. Greetings friends, you are watching Documentary Library and I am your friend, 6 Problems. In this episode, we have a lot of similarities in the research and shape of sugarcane and parsnip. This is not the moon of his own house. Different sun-seared coverages occur. 7,525 miles are there, which is less than 31 miles from the Earth, and its weight is also 81.5% of the Earth. It is believed that the sugar womb is made from the center of the womb, the bag of the bee is made of petroleum, and the upper layer is made of silicon. A day on Venus is even longer than a year. It completes its own orbit in a staggering 243 days. But it takes 225 days to orbit the Sun once. This means a year on Venus is 225 days, and a day is 243 days. Nearly all planets in the solar system rotate counterclockwise, but Venus is an exception. But Venus is peculiar in this matter. It rotates on its axis in a clockwise direction. It rotates on its axis in a clockwise direction, which is called retrograde rotation. But what will be the exact reason for this, we still do not know. 80% of the surface of this planet is made up of molten rock, and in the back are 2 large continents, one located in the northern hemisphere and the other in the southern hemisphere. The northern continent is known as Ishtar Terra, and its size is comparable to Australia. The highest peak on this planet, Maxwell Montes, is also located on this continent. The height of Maxwell Montes is about 6.83 miles above the average planetary surface. When Mount Everest, the highest peak on Earth, was only 930 yards high. This suggests that the southern hemisphere of the planet is known by the name of Aphrodite Terra. Its size is roughly equivalent to South America. In the highlands of this continent, there are signs of volcanic activity. Some cracks are high. Aorus is seen like a star in Result Butter. Some cracks are like spider webs. Those who do not know about Arachnadas, or Eye is his name, who is known as Cherone. Its presence has a significant impact on this house, on the environment and the surroundings, which reflects the architecture and design of this house. There are about 160 volcanoes on this planet, some of which are 62 miles in diameter and are still active. We have received the results of the Venus 11 and Venus 12 missions, which are sent to the north of the planet Jupiter in the probe. These probes have made a significant impact on the north of Saturn. The past was recalled that the surface of the planet Jupiter was falling, and there was also a lot of confusion from it. These incidents on Earth seem common in the universe. But the controversial argument is that it does not rain on the planet Jupiter. This incident has shocked the scientific community. This incident on the planet suggests that these volcanic eruptions give birth to life. It is also believed that life could have existed on Mars in the early days, but it is not possible to imagine life on Mars today. The atmosphere here is very dense, and due to the high amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, the greenhouse effect here is very strong, which increases its surface temperature to a normal of 400 degrees Celsius, which is even higher than the surface temperature of Mercury. Despite being twice as far from Mercury, it is still hotter than Mercury, and it is the hottest of our solar system. It is so hot here that the level of radiation is so high that life cannot even be imagined. Due to radiation and convection, the temperature here remains the same day and night. Its atmosphere contains a layer of carbon dioxide above sulfur dioxide and sulfuric acid clouds, which reflect incoming sunlight. The dense clouds of sulfuric acid increase the effect of acid rain. The size and weight of this planet are roughly similar to Earth. Any asteroid that enters the atmosphere of Mars will likely be crushed. Why is the atmospheric pressure of this planet 92 times greater than Earth's atmospheric pressure? Experiments are also being conducted under pressure. The first space probe, Venera 1, was sent to study this planet and its atmosphere in 1961, but it failed and lost contact shortly after launch. Following this, in 1962, the United States of America sent Mariner 2. And after that, many missions were successfully sent to the planet. The first successful landing on Venus was in 2006 by the Venus Express spacecraft, which provided us with a lot of information. And finally, it was decommissioned in 2015. The spacecraft was lost in Venus's gravity. In 1980, the Pioneer Venus orbiter discovered that the magnetic field of Venus is very weak. The thing about Venus is that this planet does not have its own magnetic field. It was later believed that the magnetic field of this planet is generated in the solar wind and ion mantle. Even today, many mysteries are being solved about Venus. Friends, that's all for today. If you like this video, please hit the like button.